Dear lovely souls, you're tuned in to prosandverbs.com with Serenity Speaks. Free. Now, that's a thought. Or is it the spirit imbued into the words of dead men, meaning derived of a physical state? Or is it the sum total of human choices? Hello, dear lovely souls. My name is Matt Spezia, and I'm incredibly blessed to be doing this interview today with Serenity Speaks.
Go Spezia! 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 First of all, y'all, the current definition of entertaining, you're taking an expectation and far exceeding. Working all night, still have the notion of punctuality with a rising pride, morning mentality. I'm a certified dominator. Like how I can lick the lips suddenly and let loose the lyrics aggressively. I'm successfully distributing a dope density and the audacity of flow. I'm auditorily ahead of the rest. Competitors trying to run a race and can't even get close to the glitter pace of my bust. I'm running like a heartbeat. No wonder you don't feel the passion. It's passing and pounding in every passage. I'm oh so far above average. Like I got the sorest thumbs in existence. But given this demonstrable instance, it's not a surprise that I stand out like just so hard. Like
Alright, so what's up, Matt? Okay, I have been following your coaching career for probably about 2 or 3 years now. So as far as your main focus, you're from Topeka, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so where did you get your start with your sound? Because you have like more of a hip-hop-ish urban sound. So tell us about your just love of hip-hop and how you intertwine with your poetry.
Yeah, so I'm a diagnosed audiophile. It means think OCD, but with music. So I really just have a physical love and need for music, and I've always really identified with a little bit faster sound.
I'm a certified dominator. Like how I can lick the lips suddenly and let loose the lyrics aggressively. I'm successfully distributing a dope density and the audacity of flow.
The verbal attributes of hip-hop really appealed to me at a young age, so I started writing when I was 12, 13, and moved out to Topeka to go to school, and went to an open mic out there ran by Annette Billings and Sue Edgerton. That open mic's called Speakeasy Poets, and they let me come on, sign up, despite the fact that I was like 10 minutes late, and met a scout there. He brought me out to Salina, and it really started to just build from there.
That's what's up. So how did it feel when you're also a slam poet as well? How did it feel when you like won your first slam? Because I know and I know you used to come up to Stars Fire a lot and do slams, and then like that first one you went like just tell like that feeling of victory. Like talk about that.
Yeah, for anybody who takes themselves seriously in slam, there's always that wall you want to push yourself past, or there's that great poet on your scene that you can't figure out how to get past him. But when you take that step and you win your first slam, it's always something that you always remember it. Mine was July 2016. It was still KC Slam at that point, and I won that and really never looked back. I fell in love with slam so very early in my exposure to it, and my mentality is you can always be doing better, try to be better, try to be the best at something, learn from everyone around you, and when you reach that peak, it's always something to be proud of.
Okay, that's what's up. I know you have some affiliation with some people in Chicago. Like, how did you get involved with the scene up there?
Yeah, so Black Ice or DeAndre Hawthorne came down to Wichita to do a show, and Black Ice is...
The Black Ice?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I definitely knew that. Like a little jumping. Tell people about who Black Ice is if they don't know.
Yeah, Black Ice is he's a king of poetry. He's responsible for a very large portion of why Chicago hip-hop exists. He started the first Chicago radio station for hip-hop with D.A. Smart and L1. They all really had that influence in building it from the 80s into what Chicago hip-hop is considered today as. And he came down to Wichita. He was doing a show out there. Desmond Bryant down there with First Round Entertainment brought him down, and I was performing there. He saw me, was like, hey, I want to give you a shot, call into my radio show. I called in. Misconception at the time was hosting Voices Behind the Pens. They all fell in love with it, brought me up to Chicago, and ended up winning a national award because of that affiliation. And that group of people. And POET, People of Extraordinary Talents, the organization that Black Ice owns and runs, we're community activists, we're artist activists. We take what we say on stage and we put it into the streets and into schools. And getting involved with them really showed me not only how to be a community leader, but be a leader in the arts as well.
Okay. So I noticed that you also did quite a bit of poetry about just like your white privilege. Like talk about just tackling that, like, and that's going with the art with the actual white privilege. You did some poetry about that. Like talk about why you felt it was important to talk about that.
So artistry is a responsibility. People hand us a microphone and they expect to hear something important, and using that ability and that responsibility is something that I've always taken a lot of pride in being able to do. And I always try to address what we can be doing better in the status quo, what we can be doing better in our society, how we as individuals can be better. And it's a responsibility that way. And I've written pieces that really offend people but are truthful. This is what's going on in our country, and some people don't like to hear it, but as an artist and as somebody that unfortunately has an unfair advantage in this country, it's my responsibility to use that unfair power to try to change things.
That's what's up. So who would you say some of your musical influences?
Definitely Tech.
Zach. Oh, you're a huge Tech fan, I remember that.
Yeah, I absolutely love Strange Music. So pretty much the whole Strange Music label, Zach De La Roca from Rage Against the Machine, Jen Harris and Sherry Hall, absolutely, especially in my writing, just the depth of metaphor that's required from poetry. I learned a lot from Sherry and Jen about that, and again, just being an audiophile, you find things that you like about everything that you listen to, and you try to incorporate that to kind of give yourself a unique sound.
Tell me back, because I know everybody can hear the background noise, where we're at. Like, we're here for your album release. We're at Arts Bar. Tell everybody about Arts Bar and your album release tonight.
Yeah, so we were able to release Babylon, my first professional project. I've had 2 other releases, but this was the first under-label project I've been able to release. We are here at the Uptown Arts Bar. It's if you're not
here in the background.
Yeah, it's what you guys hear yelling and everything. But it's a staple of the Kansas City community, and to be able to convince my label to bring it to Kansas City and be able to release it amongst people that I've idolized and really grown up with, it means so much to me to be able to do it at the Uptown.
Okay, so tell people like how they can get copies of it and where they can find it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're in town singing physical CDs right now. We'll be in town for about a week. Babylon right there. It's only $15. You can get it at Matt Spezia, Spezia. I hope that lined up. You can get that at mattspeziamusic.com. It's $15. We ship it right to you. You can also get physical copies from me, and like I've always said, it's a team effort, y'all. This album represents so much more than just an individual project. This is a major label, E&E Entertainment and CX1, that's Atlantic Records' partnered sister company, gave a poet a shot to put out a project like this. If we support this project, that means every poet that gets slept on, that gets disregarded because they're just a poet, that changes with this album.
Okay, that's what's up. Any words of encouragement for those who are watching?
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of people who don't believe in you, who will doubt you, who will say that you can't do something. Don't you ever be one of them.
Alright, that's what's up. So, tell people how they can find you on social media, or they can just if they want to look up anything about you.
Yeah, so all my information is at mattspeziamusic.com, but if you're more of a social media person, you can find me at Matt Spezia. I'm the #1 result for Matt Spezia on every site except LinkedIn, but I'm still right there. You can notice the lovely two-tone beard that never wants to stay one color, but you can just look me up. I always, I'm a big part of team effort, and I really believe in that, so, connect with me, and if it's me telling you where an awesome open mic is, or getting you booked out to Myrtle Beach in front of basically every major label, I'd love to have these conversations, and anything that I can do to advance artistry or artists as a whole, I'm going to.
All right. So one last question with my new episode, I'm trying to go in the direction of, do you feel like you're now working in your purpose? Like, is this your thing? Like, you really feel like you're where you're supposed to be at?
Absolutely. E&E signed me for a decade-long professional music deal, and it's really expanded from there. Atlantic Records gave me a executive producer and editor role for a movie they're putting out. I've done commercials, videography, graphic design. I'm really getting to be an artist, and combined with the amazing education that I got at Washburn University, go Bods. Yeah, shameless. But combine that with that, and it's really what I felt like I should be doing, and now I get to because of the lovely souls watching this and people like you, Serenity.
Thanks, Matt.
Absolutely, thank you.
Higher populations and their centuries of obsession with oppression, I ask you to remember that inaction when brought face to face with evil is to accept it. So I choose to stand against it. I choose to speak against it, and I choose to try to stop the cyclical sickle that slices these sides so unequal and end this American perpetuality. Maybe, just maybe, they'll listen to somebody like me.